Thank you for choosing this Voice Enterprise production. Voice Enterprise is home to Wells County, Adams County, Allen County, Delaware County, DeKalb County, and BlackfordCountyVoice.com. We know you have a choice and we appreciate you choosing us. Voice Enterprises encourages you to support your local high school sporting programs by going to as many games as possible, and we offer this broadcast as a service to our listeners. These broadcasts would not be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the games. So be sure to tell them thanks any chance you get and use their services when possible. Thank you for listening. Now, enjoy the broadcast.
From the campus of Jay County High School in Portland, Indiana, welcome to Yorktown Boys Basketball here on DelawareCountyVoice.com, where tonight it's a Saturday night matchup between the Jay County Patriots and the Yorktown Tigers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on DCV. Our cameraman, Ryan Flannery, our color commentator, Peter Hood. I'm Robert Connett, as the Yorktown Tigers come into a big matchup with Class 4A Jay County. And Peter, it's a good night for Yorktown if they want to get back to their winning ways, as they're coming off a dismal loss at Pendleton Heights last night.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Yorktown, a chance to rebound against a very good team here tonight in Jay County. The Patriots, and we'll get to them in just a moment, certainly a very good team and some impressive things as you look down their schedule. They're 14-3 on the year, and again, we'll get to them in a moment. But for Yorktown last night, missing Riley Neal obviously hurt them a lot at Pendleton Heights. Pendleton Heights, though, clearly the best team in this conference, one of the better 4A teams in the state. Yorktown didn't have much balance in the loss. Caleb Morey scored 20 of the 29 Yorktown points. The rest of the team was a combined 3 of 16 from the field outside of Caleb Morey. The Tigers got hurt on the boards without Riley Neal. And Pendleton Heights, as they always do, I mean, that's a team under Coach Hahn that puts on an offensive clinic almost every time they take the floor. Shot 60% from the field. They assisted on 13 of 18 made baskets. So if you're Yorktown, certainly you're not satisfied with the result at Pendleton Heights last night, but considering you were missing one of your better players, considering you're at one of the better teams in the conference last night, certainly not a loss that you're going to be too upset about for too long. And again, an opportunity to rebound tonight here against Jay County, who is a very good team in their own right.
Absolutely. Jay County coming in at 14-3 on the season. 2 of those 3 losses have come to the same team, that being the Leo Lions, who is undefeated and ranked in Class 3A in the state of Indiana. And that's a conference team, as Jay County now a part of the ACAC. It's their first year after being independent for many, many years. But Jay County, they're leading, they're second behind Leo in the ACAC. But outside of their conference, they're a very strong team with big wins right off the bat. They beat Muncie Central in overtime 43-40 to start this season. They had no problem with Delta at Delta back in December. They've also beat Winchester. They go overtime to beat Coach Matt Fine and the Falcons back in December. And you take a look, they even beat Blackford. They're coming off of a win at Blackford 52-23. This is a Jay County team under Coach Teagle in his 17th year here at the school. They know what they're doing, and they're a very good, strong team. They haven't been this strong since probably 2006 when they went all the way to the state championship. This is a very good Patriot team. They graduated a few players last year, but they still have a lot of upperclassmen this year. The 6'3 junior Adam Dirksen, look for him down low. You got Zach Pryor doing some work around the perimeter as well. This is going to be a team that, without Riley Neal, you mentioned, Peter, Riley Neal out of town this weekend. He's actually playing for Team USA down in Texas, and earlier today he threw 2 touchdowns for Team USA. So Riley Neal is doing stuff with football. That is why he missed last night at Pendleton, why he's not here tonight against Jay County. But even though it's good things for Riley Neal, as he's going to be going to Ball State for football, for this Yorktown basketball team, without that presence down low, do not be surprised if Jay County just works it inside the paint against this Tiger defense all night tonight.
Well, yeah, Jay County's a team, again, this can be a very low possession game. Jay County's averaging around 47 points a game. They're holding opponents to 31 points a game. That's what Jay County does best, is they defend, and that's what Yorktown does best, to be quite honest, as well. So without Riley Neal in the middle, what you lose is rebounding and shot blocking. Those are the two areas where Riley Neal's presence is going to be felt the most, or lack of presence, I should say, tonight is going to be felt the most. Is, he's that shot blocker in the middle of that zone. When teams get the ball down low, he's got those long arms, that leaping ability to send shots back, and of course he's the leading rebounder on this team by a wide margin as well. So, it's hard enough, as you and I talked about in the pregame, to rebound out of a zone when you don't have a guy like Riley Neal. Or when you do have a guy like Riley Neal, but when you don't have a guy like Riley Neal down there, it makes it that much more difficult to rebound out of that zone. And Jay County's a team that likes to work the ball inside anyway. So, like you said, Rob, this Patriots team is obviously going to try to take advantage of Riley Neal not being here, but certainly a big week for Mr. Neal. Signed to be a Ball State Cardinal officially earlier this week on Wednesday, National Signing Day, and like you said, down in Jerry World, down in Texas, throwing some touchdowns and a nationally recognized game. So certainly a big week for him, but no doubt about it, Yorktown will miss his presence on the basketball floor tonight. Yeah,
and I got a Twitter message from him saying, hey, I'm tuning in tonight. So it's a little bit different that Riley Neal is tuning into the broadcast instead of playing this game.
When was the last time that happened?
A long time. I don't think it's ever happened, actually. Riley Neal, but again, without him, you're losing 10 points per game. You're missing 8 rebounds per game. And we saw that last night at Pendleton Heights, where Yorktown got out-rebounded by the Arabians 21-14. They only had 35 possessions in the entire game, the Yorktown Tigers did, and we mentioned Caleb Morey had 20 of the 29 points. Look for Coach Miller, try to work it more equally with the rest of these guys. Of course, Caleb Morey's going to be chucking up the threes. He's going to be working the offense. But the thing that really stuck out for me is Riley Miller was held to 0 points last night at Pendleton Heights. If Yorktown wants a chance to win this game against Jay County, we're going to have to see Riley Miller kind of have a game that he did against New Pal last week, where he just went off 22 points. He was all over the three ball, was clutch at the free throw line down the road. Riley Miller is looking for a bounce-back game here tonight at Jay County.
Yeah, Yorktown needs more of a team effort here tonight, no doubt about it, offensively. Like I said at the top there, outside of Caleb Morey last night, the rest of the team was 3 of 16 combined. So it wasn't just Riley Miller that didn't play well last night, although certainly he's one of those guys that you have to have play well if you're a Yorktown Tiger to give them a chance to win. He's their point guard. He's their floor general. And quite frankly, he has to play better offensively. I'm sure he knows that. He did battle foul trouble last night. I saw in the final box score that he fouled out of the game, so that might have had something to do with him coming up scoreless in that one. But certainly they need him to play better. Would help if Caleb Morey had a similar night to what he had last night. If he can continue to shoot the ball well, that certainly helps Yorktown's offense. And again, Carson Moore and Jake Preston, certainly those guys are going to have to chip in as well. And guys like Chase Kennedy and Trey Cates are going to have to step up to try to replace Riley Neal, although they won't be able to replace him, to try to come in and play well, give effort on the defensive end, rebound, do all those sorts of things well. But certainly will be interesting to see how Yorktown comes out and plays tonight, coming off the loss last night. But if I had any money to bet, I would say that Greg Miller's team would be ready to play this evening against a very well-coached Jay County team.
Absolutely, and you're looking forward to hopefully that Chase Kennedy and Trey Cates are going to have to be aggressive inside the paint and on the boards here tonight without Riley Neal. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Your starting lineups, the national anthem, and the opening tip-off coming up next here from the Jay County Gymnasium. It's the Patriots and the Tigers right here on DelawareCountyVoice.com.
Have you heard about the PLM Connect from New Holland Tri-County in Bluffton? This New Holland system gives you real-time information on every machine working in your fields so you can improve the efficiency of your operation. The system is smart, easy to use, and its open architecture allows you to work with missed equipment. With PLM Connect, you can set up geo-fences and curfews for ultimate machine security and peace of mind. Open, connected, smart, supported. That's PLM Connect from New Holland Tri-County in Bluffton.
If an individual student athlete or team wins a high school state championship, it's an amazing thing.
And it goes in! It goes in!
It's also just the icing on the cake. That's because young people in Indiana who participate in education-based athletics are already winners. Studies show that win or lose, participation helps to impart skills they can use to enjoy greater success in other areas of their lives. School sports teach the benefits of teamwork, the value of self-motivation, and the importance of accountability. They also help to foster stronger work habits and higher levels of self-esteem. In other words, the true value of school sports can't be measured in terms of wins or losses. If an individual or team goes to state, it's an incredible accomplishment. But regardless of the outcome, today's student athletes are already destined to go far. School sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Jay County High School with the Jay County Pep Band performing tonight's national anthem. In our pregame show, brought to you by the Yorktown Public Library. They have reading programs year-round for children, teens, and adults, and if you haven't yet, be sure to get your library card at the Yorktown Public Library for all access to the latest bestsellers, the newest movies, music, and magazines. Be sure to visit them at 8920 West Adeline Street or contact them at 759-9723. The Yorktown Public Library, primary sponsor of Yorktown Athletics, here on DelawareCountyVoice.com. Robert Connett, Peter Hood back with you here in the broadcast booth. Ryan Flannery, our good pal from Ball State University, TCOM as well. He is running the camera for tonight's broadcast as Yorktown and Jay County going to finish up their pregame warm-ups. And Peter, we talked about once again this Yorktown team coming in. They're averaging just under 52 points per game, giving up 40. But this Jay County basketball team, again, they're 14-3 on the year, averaging just 47 points per game, giving up just 32. And we made a quick mention about it, but do not be surprised if we have another low-scoring ball game just like we did 1 year ago at Yorktown, where the Tigers and the Patriots did not get out of the 30s in that final score, where Yorktown was able to win 39-35.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this will be you can count on it. It'll be a low possession, low-scoring game. Both of these teams are very methodical in what they want to do offensively. Both are very patient offensively. You're not going to see a lot of possessions. You're not going to see a lot of points scored. You can bet on that. And I would imagine that the score would be around, the final score tonight would be around what last year finished at as well. 39-35 sounds about right for what this game will finish at. And hopefully if you're a Yorktown Tiger fan, Yorktown will be able to come out on top of that just like they did last year. Generally speaking, Yorktown has struggled in the past against Jay County.
Right.
The Patriots are 5-2 all-time against Yorktown in the last 7 years, and Yorktown got their first win last year in over 3 years against Jay County. So certainly a place that is a tough place to win, and Yorktown will have to play well tonight to earn a victory on the road.
And even last year, Yorktown went up big. Jay County came from behind and made it a ball game. Jay County actually almost came back and won last year's matchup. So this is another tough contest for Yorktown. It's their third straight game on the road. It will end a 3-game road trip after tonight. Then we'll return back home next week to play Westell. But it's always tough to go on the road and play 3 teams, 3 tough 4A teams, if you will, in a row on the road. And Yorktown able to beat New Pal. They lose to Pendleton Heights, and now tonight will depend on if you end this road trip with a winning record or a losing record. It's going to be a tough, low-scoring, aggressive game here tonight.
No question about it. And I think if you're Greg Miller, it's a good thing that you get Pendleton Heights and Jay County back-to-back without Riley Neal, because I think you do learn a lot about your basketball team. After this game, you've only got 4 more games before sectional play starts. Yorktown's not playing for a conference title anymore. Their focus now is to be playing their best basketball heading into postseason play. And when you play at teams like Pendleton Heights and Jay County without Riley Neal, I think you do learn a lot about your team. And hopefully tonight this team will show some fortitude. They'll show some fight. And if you're Yorktown, you'll be able to put together one of your best games of the season, because you're going to have to beat Jay County. But no, certainly Yorktown still was playing good basketball. Before the Pendleton Heights game, they had won 8 straight, scoring 53 points a game, holding opponents to 32 points a game in that stretch. Pendleton Heights is a really good basketball team, so certainly nothing to be ashamed of with the loss last night, but it's about bouncing back here this evening and playing one of your best basketball games of the year against Jay County.
Just a minute away from the starting lineups here between Yorktown and Jay County here tonight. Folks, if you're not doing so already, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Delaware Co Voice, and we're also on Facebook. Be sure to like our Facebook page, Delaware County Voice, tweeting updates during each broadcast all season long. And you made a very good mention, Peter, that it's just under a month until we have boys sectionals. Girls sectionals start on Tuesday at Blackford for the Yorktown Lady Tigers. They actually get the bye and will not play until the sectional semifinals next Friday night. But for the girls sectionals, starts Tuesday between Delta and Muncie Central, and we'll have that here for you on DCV.
And that'll be a very interesting sectional on the boys' side. If you're Yorktown, you've already shown that you can at least hang with Muncie Central. I wouldn't say Yorktown would be favored in a game with Muncie Central, but certainly there are some things going on in Muncie Central right now. I know they're missing some players on their team, right. Some of their better players. So Muncie Central would certainly be an interesting game. Obviously, you've got your rival in Delta in that sectional as well. That game was a thriller in the county tournament game. That game was a thriller in the county tournament game. And then you also got Hamilton Heights, who could be the favorite in the sectional. I haven't had the chance to watch them play, but they've got one of the better players in the state in Grant Weatherford, a guy that's headed to Purdue. And so certainly would be an interesting sectional.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that will be in about 3 weeks from today, the boys sectionals. And if you're interested in sponsoring, we're still looking for sponsors for the rest of the boys basketball season. For just $40 a week. So for $260, it will lock you in for the rest of the Yorktown boys basketball season.
Best deal in Yorktown.
Absolutely. So if you know a business that's interested in doing that, be sure to contact us either on Facebook or Twitter, or give us a call, and we will set your business up to sponsor the rest of the Yorktown boys basketball season. The Yorktown starting lineup is going to look normal for the most part. Obviously, with Riley Neal in Texas, we will have just a slight change to the Yorktown starting lineup. You still got Caleb Morey, the guard, 6-foot senior, leading this team, averaging 14 points per game, and Riley Miller right behind him at 12.5 points per contest. Carson Moore and Jake Preston will be the forwards. They're averaging right around 5 points per game apiece. And then it will be Chase Kennedy replacing Riley Neal in the starting lineup tonight for the Yorktown Tigers. And don't forget that Trey Cates will more than likely play from the bench and come in and have that roll down low as well for Coach Miller and the Yorktown Tigers here tonight. For the Jay County Patriots, they're starting 5 looking a little something like this. Justin Dirksen, a 5'10 senior. He is wearing number 5 on his white jersey. Nick Clemens is a 5'11 senior getting a start as well. Zach Pryor, the 5'9 senior, he'll be at a guard. Jay Hauk is a 6-foot sophomore wearing number 20. And the big man down low for Jay County, the 6'3 junior, is Adam Dirksen. Jay County 14-3 on the year. Yorktown coming in at 12-5. Again, I'm Robert Connett, Peter Hood to my right, and Ryan Flannery running the camera for tonight's broadcast here on DCV. Thanks for joining us this Saturday evening in Portland, Indiana. It'll be Adam Dirksen against Riley Miller to tip off. And we're underway at Jayco. It'll be the Patriots with the first possession. As Zach Pryor, the guard, will bring it up. And he works this offense for the Jay County Patriots. Riley Miller starts it out with the steal the other way. Going to take it, draws the contact, and will go to the line to shoot two. Riley Miller did that so well at New Pal, coming away with 5 steals. And it was almost that exact same spot where he would just come in from the sideline, or to the sideline, and come away with steal after steal after steal.
Yeah, Riley Miller leading this team on the year with nearly 2 steals a game, and a nice job there to jump on top of the away screen, get into the passing lane, and we talked about it, didn't score at all last night. It only takes him 13 seconds to score his first point of the night here.
Made the first free throw, missed the second, so it's a 1-0 start for Yorktown as Pryor will bring it across the timeline once more for the Patriots. Stops at the top of the key, works it to the right side. The pass over to Clemens. Now they get it to Dirksen with Miller on defense, working inside the paint. Preston on defense, tying up with Jay Hauk, and they're going to call a travel against the sophomore. Second turnover in 2 possessions for Jay County.
Yeah, and that's something Jay County doesn't do a lot of. This is usually a very disciplined team, and Yorktown doing a good job making things tough on Jay County to pass the ball around the perimeter. There you see Jay County getting the ball into the high post. Yorktown in that man-to-man defense able to swarm in, get a couple of hands on the ball, and force the travel.
Miller controls it near the left side, works it to the top of the key. 7:05 just underway here at Jay County. Kennedy works it back to Miller. Over to Morey. Again, he had 20 of the 29 points for Yorktown last night at Pendleton. Now Moore, back to Morey, top of the key. Pass over to Miller near the elbow. Now Moore, back to Morey. And again, we talked about this matchup. Yorktown and Jay County, both teams like to slow it down on offense. Miller misses the 3 from the right side, and the rebound tracked down by Pryor. He'll take it the other way for the Patriots.
Not the results you wanted there on that offensive possession for Yorktown, but they get a nice job being patient offensively. Riley Miller comes off the double screen, gets a good look at the 3-point jump shot, just couldn't knock it down.
Pryor, left side. Across court pass, the catch and shoot 3, rims in for Justin Dirksen, the senior, and Jay County's on the board, 3-1.
A nice over-the-top pass, a skip pass goes to Dirksen and steps right into it with confidence. Morey a little bit late rotating, and Yorktown pays for it, trailing 3-1 now.
Miller, pass over to Morey on the right wing. 5:55 to play here in the opening quarter. 3-1, Jay County in front. Preston looking to drive inside, instead double-teamed. Ball loose, fight for it, still loose. Still loose. Kennedy comes away with it. They're going to tie up. Jump ball. And it will stay with Yorktown.
Yeah, that's the kind of effort you like to see from Chase Kennedy. You're not going to replace Riley Neal like we talked about in everything that he brings you, but he and Trey Cates need to do a good job of rebounding, diving on the floor for loose balls like you see there, and just going out there and playing hard, giving their best effort, and Chase Kennedy doing that early here.
Miller. Tough shot off the glass and good as he had a hand in his face. And Riley Miller with all 3 points for Yorktown.
Yeah, I like the idea there. You post Riley Miller up. He's a big, strong guard, obviously a very talented football player who's built that way, and he's able to size up the smaller defender and go to work on the right block.
Tied up at 3 here in the early going of the game. Pryor, pass inside the paint to Hauk. Floats it up, no good. Morey with the rebound. Brings it up the court for Yorktown, slows it up, waits for the rest of his teammates. Now pulls up the 3, left wing, and got it. Caleb Morey, 48th three-pointer of the season. Yorktown back in front.
Yeah, and a really good sequence there for Yorktown. They forced a tough, contested 2-pointer on the defensive end, and Caleb Morey, something we've seen him do so many times. Pulling up in transition, Jay County's matchups are screwed up, and Morey able to take advantage and knock down the wide-open 3.
Cross-court pass, the catch and shoot 3 in the corner. This one won't fall for Dirksen. The rebound to Moore. Morey will bring it up for the Tigers. 4.5 to play here in the first quarter, 6-3. Yorktown in front. Moore controls it, gets it to Miller on the near side of the floor. Man-to-man defense for the Patriots. The handoff to Morey. Another deep 3. off the back iron, no good. Kennedy with the offensive board. Gets it to Moore. Back around. Miller looking to drive inside. Gets a little bump. Ball loose. Picked up by Dirksen. 2-on-1. Pryor lays it in.
A nice job by Chase Kennedy to recycle the possession for Yorktown, getting in there and getting the offensive rebound. But Yorktown there a little sloppy with the basketball on the right wing, and they pay for it as Jake County goes the other way.
Morey. Pass to Miller left wing. Quick inside to Preston. Backing up on his defender of Houck. Gets it into the corner. Morey saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Miller in the corner. 3.5 to play here in the first. Miller inside to Kennedy. Tough shot. Got deflected. And coming away with it is Dirksen. He's going to take it all the way. And he lost the handle of it as he went up for it out of bounds, and it will go back to Yorktown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by Riley Miller, Carson Moore, Caleb Morey and company, not giving up on the play, chasing things back defensively. And they're able to prevent Jay County from getting on the board there. And a nice job in transition defense there by Yorktown. They still lead by 1 with 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and I'd like to see them move the ball a little bit better offensively, and they've started already here on this possession, getting the ball down to Preston.
Inside, and he gets it to lay in. Nice job by Jake Preston. He's on the board. Yorktown now leads 8-5, under 3 to play here in the opening quarter.
Again, ball moved quickly there on that possession. They got it into the right wing, quick down to Preston, and he's able to go straight to work. Ball's got to move quicker if you're Yorktown, and they did on that possession.
Inside, Dirksen drew the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call the foul on Jake Preston, and the senior will pick up his first personal. Adam Dirksen, the junior, first free throw is good. Second attempt, he wastes no time on those free throw attempts. Got them both, and it's a 1-point ball game. 8-7, Tigers still in front. Miller handoff to Moore. Preston, and they will call the charge.
It was good offense ran there by Yorktown. They set a side ball screen for Riley Miller. Jay County is forced to switch off of it, so Jacob Preston gets the smaller man. They did a good job of getting the ball down to Preston, and because that's his second foul, he's going to have to come out of the game now. The only thing Preston did wrong there was he lowered his shoulder on his way to the rim. That'll get you a charge call every time. Greg Miller not happy about it, but from my angle here, I thought it was the right call.
Yep. And with those 2 fouls, Preston heads to the bench. Trey Cates checks in for the Tigers. Patriots with the ball, down by 1. Dirksen works it to the left side, and Miller almost a near steal. He'll go out of bounds. They said it was last touch by Pryor. He got a finger in there, and Yorktown will get the ball. Again,
really good job by Riley Miller denying the catch out on the perimeter, and again, getting into that passing lane, making it difficult for Jay County to maneuver the basketball around the perimeter. Really good job by Riley Miller, and we talked about it. He's a guy that's going to have to come in here and play well tonight. He has so far.
Jawan Tate will check into the Yorktown lineup. Kennedy will get us a breather on the bench. 2:10 to play here in the first. Yorktown 8, Jay County 7. As Tate works it on the right side, back to Morey. Quick pass to Miller. A lot of ball movement by the Tigers offense. Tate over to Moore, taking their time.
You can tell Yorktown's trying to get the ball down low here. Jay County doing a good job of pressuring the basketball on the perimeter. Yorktown doing a good job of being patient offensively.
And they're going to call a charge on Miller. It was Carville again drawing the charge on a Yorktown Tiger. He did it to Jake Preston. Now he does it to Riley Miller. Coach Greg Miller talking to the referee as he walks down the court.
And that one might have been a little bit of an acting job there, Rob. Yeah. I thought that Riley extended his arm just a little bit.
Yeah, not very much contact on that one. Carville fakes the 3, drives inside. The pass goes right through the hands of Bowen Runyon. And another turnover by Jay County.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of them. I think that's 4 turnovers already for Jay County. Yorktown has forced a couple of those, but a couple have been unforced by the Patriots, and that's that's not something you see a lot from Coach Teagle's team.
Still an 8-7 lead for the Tigers as scoring is kind of stalled here in the last few minutes of the first quarter, nearing the 1-minute mark remaining here in the first. Tate on the right wing, looking to get it inside. Nice defense by Runyon. They work it over to Moore on the near side of the floor. Now Miller in the corner.
Yeah, Yorktown's got to get that ball inside.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to play inside out here. And right now, Jay County doing a nice job of building walls for each other defensively. The help defense has been good for Jay County. Yorktown's not able to find any gaps to drive into or to pass the ball into. And without Jake Preston in the game, you don't really have anyone to throw the ball to down in the post either.
40 seconds to play. And Morey will reset the offense. Miller with 3 points, Morey with 3 points, Preston with 2 here in the first quarter for Yorktown scoring. And it looks like we'll have one last shot as we hit the 20-second remaining mark here in the first quarter. Morey over to Miller on the far side.
If I had to bet here, I'd guess high ball screen for Caleb Morey, and they're going to get it in his hands here.
8 seconds, Morey, 5 seconds. Morey going to float it up and rims out. That will end the first quarter.
Yeah, they did exactly what I thought they'd do there. They cleared out one side, a ball screen for Caleb Morey. He uses it effectively. The fadeaway jump shot, though, was contested, and Morey wasn't able to knock it down.
8-7 after 1. Yorktown in front. We'll be back in a moment here on DCV.
Franklin American Mortgage proudly supports Yorktown basketball on DCV. Franklin American Mortgage is the 15th largest mortgage lender in the United States and can take care of your purchase and refinancing needs. For all your mortgage needs, call Mark Harvey at 317-670-4054 or visit his website at www.markharveymortgage.com. Mark will do free mortgage analysis and free pre-approvals. He's available weekends and nights. Just call him or visit his website. Mark Harvey of Franklin American Mortgage, proud sponsor on DCV.
County High School. Robert Connett, Peter Hood, and Ryan Flannery with you here on DelawareCountyVoice.com as we get ready for the second quarter. Yorktown in front, 8-7. Patriots will have the ball to start the second quarter. Again,
and exactly what we expected there in the first quarter, Rob. Low possession, low scoring, both teams solid defensively, making each other work for good shots.
Juwan Tate with nice defense as Hauk gets it back. Clemens, top of the key three, no good. And a foul on the rebound going the other way. It'll be just the second on the Patriots here in the first half.
Yeah, Yorktown might have gotten a little lucky there. Somebody forgot to cover Nick Clemens out on the top of the key. He couldn't believe he was so wide open, and Yorktown was scrambling to try to get out there. They couldn't figure out whose man it was, and fortunately for the Tigers, Clemens misses the three-point try, and a loose ball foul called on the rebound. I will say Chase Kennedy has done a very good job so far this evening of giving good effort on the glass. Certainly not Riley Neal, the rebounder, but has been giving good effort out there, and you see it paying off there as he draws the loose ball foul on the rebound.
Coach Greg Miller was talking to the referee there, asking for a foul, or asking to be sure of the swinging elbows. Carson Moore actually had to go to the bench because his nose is bleeding on that rebound. They did get the foul, but I don't know if Coach Miller was wanting more. Juwan Tate going hard, missed the rebound, or missed the shot, got his own rebound, floater, put back no good, and the board to the Patriots.
Yeah, nice job by Juwan Tate there. He
good effort there.
Found a gap, got into the lane, and after he missed the first, continued to give the effort, grabbed the offensive rebound, and just Jay County did a nice job of walling up there on the inside the post, but certainly Juwan Tate able to find a gap there, and if you're Yorktown, that's what you got to continue to do is find gaps in this Jay County defense.
Going baseline, Hauk, the floater, good. Got it over Preston, and Hauk on the board. Jay County retakes the lead at 9-8. Miller inside. Chase Kennedy. Reverse layup. Good.
Really nice post feed there from Riley Miller, and Chase Kennedy is able to let that ball guide him to the baseline, able to get around the defender, and then a nice finish on the opposite side of the rim. Really nice move there by Chase Kennedy.
Retaking the lead is Yorktown at 10-9 in the early going of the second quarter as the Patriots work to the right side.
Absolutely,
and
that's an
a
offensive foul.
Yep.
That was Justin Dirksen that literally, trying to set a pin down for his teammate, jumped at Jawan Tate to set the screen.
Yeah.
Your feet have to be set when you set a screen. I thought they taught you that in 4th or 5th grade, but he literally jumped at Jawan Tate out on the perimeter there to try to set that screen, and that's going to get called hopefully every time.
Yeah. And that might be what Coach Miller was trying to get on the last possession. Referees finally called it. It's the first foul on Dirksen. So Yorktown gets the ball back. Miller picks up his dribble on the far side. Now to Morey, back to Miller. Inside to Kennedy, and now this time they're going to call the offensive foul on Yorktown.
Yeah, there's some jostling going on down low there, and Yorktown trying to feed the post. Chase Kennedy called for that one, but to me the Tigers have got to get some ball reversals going here. I understand they want to play inside out, and certainly you want to get the ball down there, but you got to move the defense a little bit in order to expose some gaps and have the opportunity to throw the ball down low cleanly.
Dirksen feeds it into the corner for Hauk, trying to drive towards the hoop, and he draws the foul. He will go to the line to shoot 2. We said it was going to be an aggressive game. That's exactly what we have so far here in the first half. Carson Moore getting a bloody nose on a rebound. Some offensive fouls.
Yeah,
We've already had 2 offensive charges called.
Yeah, these two teams are not afraid to get after it, and you see that early. Again, we talk about low scoring, low possession. Both teams take pride in their defense, and both teams, although they're not the biggest, when you get into that paint, they're going to make it tough on you to score, and both teams have done that so far tonight.
What a move. Oh, no, they're going to say it was out of bounds off the Patriots. Dirksen tried to throw it off of Chase Kennedy for it to go out of bounds, but apparently he missed Kennedy.
One thing that's clear when you watch these teams is just how hard these two teams play, and you can tell how disciplined and well coached both of these teams are.
Tied up at 10 with 5:20 to play here in the first half. Preston driving from the right wing, kick out. Conti, who has checked into the Yorktown lineup. Back to Preston. Now to Morey. Directing traffic as Jawan Tate will go moving. And how about Jawan Tate? He's from the JV team, but he's gotten more and more varsity playing time as we go throughout the season as Morey hits it for 3.
And that's what Caleb Morey can give you. Yorktown kind of lulling the defense to sleep there out on the perimeter. Hand down, man down is the old saying. Jay County didn't have a hand in Morey's face. He's got that quick release on that jump shot and able to splash home that 3.
Second 3 of the night for Morey. He has 6. Pryor, pass over near the top of the key to Runyon. Again, lots of ball movement by both teams on the offense.
Really nice job there by Caleb Morey to close out on the shooter with high hands ready. Yorktown doing a good job of rotating defensively. They're not getting beat back door. Jay County keeps trying to get something going back door, but just can't get it.
Adam Dirksen off the glass and good. So you got Justin Dirksen and Adam Dirksen working the offense for Jay County. They cut it to a 1-point ball game halfway through the second quarter.
And Dirksen there with kind of a V cut to the right block and was just able to beat the defender to the spot enough to where he had enough room to get the shot off.
Coach Miller going to take a timeout, and we'll take it with him. 13-12, Yorktown in front, 3:56 to play here in the second quarter. We'll be back after this on DCV.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Back at Jake County, coming out of the Yorktown timeout, just under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Yorktown in front, 13-12. Morey hits it again for 3. Oh, man.
And that's Caleb Morey coming off of a nice play drawn up out of the timeout by Coach Greg Miller. They set a couple of back screens for Morey on the baseline. He's able to, again, just get free enough. You can't give Morey much room to get that shot off. You give him just a little bit of space, he's going to be able to let that thing go. And Caleb Morey, again, continuing the night he had last night here this evening in Jake County.
3 threes now for Caleb Morey. 16-12, Tigers in front. As the pass deflected and stolen by Yorktown, Ben Conti comes away with the ball. He'll bring it up the floor. 3:05 to play until halftime in this low-scoring first half. Yorktown in front by 4. Preston, right side, over to Morey. He'll get it to Conti. Now Moore, he'll try the 3, in and out, and he got fouled. Moore will go to the line to shoot 3.
And that was a product of Caleb Morey again. They set the down screen there for Carson Moore, and the defender, again, just a little bit late getting through that screen. He had to challenge late, and because of that, he was forced to foul Carson Moore. One thing Yorktown's really struggled to do this year, Rob, is shoot free throws. 67% from the free throw line, which is nearly 6% worse than they were last year. And Carson Moore, only 62% on the year. So certainly if you're Greg Miller, you'd like to see those numbers improve as you get closer to postseason play.
Missed the first one, second one good, third one coming for Carson Moore. Missed the third. He's 1 of 3.
Got to make those free throws.
Man. 17-12, Yorktown with the 5-point advantage.
Hey, Yorktown's played some man tonight, but they're in a 3-2 zone now. Ben Conti in the game out on the perimeter, doubling the post a little bit, and Yorktown trapping out of this 3-2.
Jay County works it to the left side. Dirksen gets it to the corner for Adam Dirksen. And now Carville, pass inside, back out, corner 3, nothing but net. Jay Hauk knocking it down, and he has 6 points here in the quarter.
And that's probably the best offensive possession of the game for Jay County. They're able to get the ball inside out. Hauk has a wide open 3, and he knocks it down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Preston will try a 3, no good. And the defensive board to Hauk. The Patriots can tie it up or even take the lead here on this possession.
Jacob Preston, not known for his three-point shooting, 2 for 7 from three-point range on the year coming into tonight, and not able to connect on that one either. But I like the confidence.
And Preston will have a seat. Chase Kennedy will come back onto the floor for Yorktown, as does Jawan Tate. He'll replace Ben Conti. 1:45 to play here in the second quarter. 2-point lead for the Tigers. So you got Tate, Kennedy, Moore, Cates, and Morey on the court for YHS.
And Yorktown sticking with that 3-2 defense.
Yeah.
And again, trapping every time Jay County gets the ball into the post or into that corner area.
They work it to the right side. Carville into the corner. And a defensive foul going to be called. Trey Cates got mixed up with Nick Clemens away from the ball.
Yeah, Cates got caught up on a screen there, and in order to try to contest the jump shot that was about to happen in the corner, he had to blow through. Trey Cates showing some football skill there on the basketball court, showing why he had, 100-some tackles this year on the football field.
Now he has an interception, if you will, with the steal.
Another Jay County turnover.
Yeah. 1:10 to play. 17-15. Yorktown in front. Kennedy on the near side. Gets it back to Morey. Under a minute to play now.
I wouldn't be surprised here if Yorktown, if they can't find anything good here, if they try to hold the ball for the final possession of this half. It's been low possession all evening long, and I don't see why Yorktown here, unless they can get something good earlier, why they wouldn't hold for the final shot of the second quarter.
And again, it's been ball movement all half long for both teams, and yet Morey's just going to stand there and wait. 30 seconds.
And I would imagine, again, kind of like they did in Jay County, going to foul here. And that's going to send Caleb Morey to that's their 6th-team foul. So they had one to give, did the Patriots. But I wouldn't be surprised here if Yorktown winds this clock down and just like they did in the first quarter, get the ball into Caleb Morey's hands with 5 seconds or less, set a ball screen for him, and let him work off of it.
Morey will stand and wait 20 seconds.
Now, if I'm Craig Teagle, I'm coming and I'm doubling Morey, and I'm trying to make somebody else beat me here for the final shot of the second quarter, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that. They're going to play this straight up here on this ball screen.
Morey gets the pick from Cates. 5 seconds. Morey goes in, and he got fouled on the head with 2.3 seconds left.
Yeah, that's too easy for Caleb. He got the switch there, had Jay Hawk on him, and Hawk, there wasn't much he could do out on the perimeter. Morey made him do a little dance out there, and Morey took a whack at the rim. Again, we talked about it. These two teams are going to make it tough on you to finish inside. Morey certainly took a licking there, but certainly Yorktown got the look they wanted on that possession.
So Morey, who already has 9 points in the first half, make it 10 as he knocks down the first free throw. Again, he had 20 points last night at Pendleton. He continues his offensive efforts here tonight. Got both free throws, and he has 11 here in the first half. 11 of the 19 as the half-court shot at the buzzer is off. And Yorktown will head to the locker room with a 4-point advantage over Jay County. 19-15 at the break. We'll take a timeout. Your halftime report coming up next here on DelawareCountyVoice.com.
The town of Yorktown is blessed with a little library with a big heart, offering the latest bestsellers, new release movies, books on CD, magazines along with computer classes, book clubs for adults and young adults, reading programs, story time, and much, much, much more. Take a moment to see the wonders within the walls of the Yorktown Library, 8920 Adeline Street in Yorktown, or visit online at yorktownlib.org.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Indiana knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Indiana is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Grounder to Tucker at second. Over to first. In time. And the Yorktown Lady Tigers have won their third straight sectional championship. For the third straight year, Delaware County Voice will be bringing you Yorktown baseball and softball action this spring, and your company can be a big part of the action for a small cost. For just $40 a week, your company can sponsor one of the teams or sponsor both baseball and softball for $75 a week. Your commercial will play at least twice during each broadcast. We'll mention your business throughout the game, and your company logo goes on our website for everyone to see.
Upchurch to Bar, and that's it. The Yorktown Tigers win the Sectional 24 Baseball Championship.
Both the Yorktown baseball and softball teams look to repeat as sectional champs this season. Be part of all the action on DCV.
New Holland T7 Series tractors from New Holland, Tri-County, and Bluffton deliver more power but lower your operating costs. Talk about a great combination. These 100 to 195 PTO horsepower tractors feature engines with EcoBlue SCR engine technology. They breathe better for more complete combustion and deliver cleaner power, increased torque, and enhanced fuel economy. Stop by New Holland, Tri-County, and Bluffton and learn more about the T7 Series tractors from New Holland.
You don't have to sit at your desktop to listen to games on the Voice Sports Network. Take the game wherever you go. There are multiple ways to tune in: on your laptop, your tablet, or even on your smartphone. Tune into games on the Voice Sports Network at work, in your car, or even at the game. Be sure to tell your friends and family, and thanks for choosing the Voice Sports Network.
Halftime show on DCV brought to you by Franklin American Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, call Mark Harvey at 317-670-4054 or visit his website at markharveymortgage.com. Franklin American Mortgage, proud supporter of Yorktown basketball on DCV. Here at halftime, a low-scoring contest, just like we were expecting, as Yorktown in front of Jay County, 19-15. And Peter, again, you look at this scoring for Yorktown in that first half. It's the Caleb Morey show for the second night in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. Caleb did a good job in that first half of being ready to shoot the basketball. A lot of his threes were catch and shoot opportunities, and he did a nice job of coming off of those screens with his feet ready to shoot, his hands ready to shoot, and you see the numbers telling the story in that first half. Morey with 11 of the team's 19, and quite frankly, they needed him to make those shots, and they need him to continue to make those shots tonight, because without Riley Neal down low, of course, Yorktown wants to play inside out, but without Riley Neal there, it makes it a lot harder to do that. So Caleb Morey is going to continue to be the go-to guy offensively. He's the only guy on this Yorktown team that can really create his own shot. And you see it in the first half, him doing the same thing late in the late in the second half, or the second quarter there, them giving him the basketball and basically setting a ball screen for him and letting him work off of it. He's one of those guys that can create his own shot, and you see the result, 11 of the team's 19 points. And the thing that I was really impressed with that Yorktown did in that first half was the way they defended. They were able to force some Jay County turnovers, both in the man defense and in the trapping zone defense. I thought Yorktown did a good job of making it tough for Jay County to catch the ball and pass the ball around the perimeter. Because of that, I think Jay County felt a little bit swarmed, had a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers, and they didn't get very many good looks. Yorktown did a nice job of closing out on shooters. So, we talk about it all the time. This Yorktown team is at its best when it defends. It needs to defend to win, and it did that in the first half, and it's going to continue to have to defend in the second half.
Absolutely, and you made a good point of how Yorktown's defense was locking down. Jay County's defense locked down for the most part in that first half as well, but a lot of ball movement between the two teams in that first half. Yorktown just getting better shots and making their shots.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely. And I think that like you said it there, Rob. Jay County has not gotten very many good looks tonight because Yorktown has done a good job of closing out on shooters, on making it difficult for Jay County to pass the basketball around the perimeter, and difficult for them to try to feed the ball down low, which is what they want to do. I think Yorktown did a really good job defensively in that first half, and they forced, I think, 6 turnovers, which again is very uncharacteristic for a Jay County team. So if you're Greg Miller, I think you have to be pleased with your defense. I'd like to see Yorktown move the ball a little bit better offensively, although they are going up against a very good defensive Jay County team in their own right. But I think if you're Yorktown, so far so good, and if you can continue to play your style of defense, I think they're going to be okay here in the second half.
11 points for Caleb Morey, Riley Miller with 3, Chase Kennedy 2, Jake Preston 2, and Carson Moore 1. And that is the Yorktown scoring at the break. For Jay County, they're being led by Jay Hauk. He had 6 points in that first half, all of them in the second quarter. Adam Dirksen with 4, Justin Dirksen with 3, and Zach Pryor with just 2. A low-scoring first half, and we're expecting, for the most part, the same thing to happen in the second half. Yorktown going to have to keep getting more open shots and keep the progress continuing if they want to get back to their winning ways. Again, we talked about it in the pregame show, trying to bounce back from just a bad loss last night at Pennington Heights, which ended an 8-game winning streak. But if Yorktown can end this 3-game road trip with a win, a lot of momentum going into next week when you return home for your Yorktown fans.
Yeah, and like you said, expecting low scoring, low possession here in the second half. And, these are 2 really good coaches, and it'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made at halftime. I'm sure that Coach Teagle made some adjustments as to what Jay County is going to try to do offensively. We'll see what Coach Miller draws up for Yorktown offensively in the second half. Certainly there are going to be changes made on both sides, and that very well could decide the game. The halftime adjustments that are made by both coaches, certainly these are 2 very evenly matched teams, and we'll see what transpires here in the second half. But Yorktown's certainly in a good position starting this third quarter up by 4.
Again, the game went down to the wire last year at Yorktown. Jay County came from behind, made it a ball game in the fourth quarter, but Yorktown was able to hang on 39-35. We could see another close ending here this year. Yorktown.
I'm going to bet that this game's going to come down to the wire. I don't think either of these teams is going to pull away from the other.
Yorktown with the ball to start the third quarter and a 4-point lead as Morey with those 11 points in the first half. Pass over to Riley Miller, who had just 3 points in the first half. He'll try a 3 in the corner, off the back iron, no good. The rebound tracked down by Clemens, and Pryor will bring it up the floor for Jayco.
Yeah, Yorktown gets a pretty good shot there on that first possession. I thought the ball was moving quickly there on that possession, and Riley Miller gets a good look at a 3. You'd like the fact that he had the confidence to take it. He's one of their better 3-point shooters, just didn't go in on that time.
Near side, Hauk looking to get it inside. Floats the pass inside for Dirksen, and he lays it in. Adam Dirksen, the 6'3 junior, he has 6 points here tonight.
And Jay County, again, wants to get the ball down low there. They just lob it over the top of Chase Kennedy. A nice entry pass, and Dirksen turns and scores.
Moore gets it over to Morey. He floats it into Preston. Pass inside for Carson Moore, who gets the layup.
Yeah, that's really good high-low action there by Yorktown. Again, Jay County's doubling the post almost every time it gets down there. Carson Moore recognizes that. Jacob Preston with the back cut, and a beautiful bounce pass by Carson Moore to Jacob Preston. Good offense run there by Yorktown.
Pryor on the far side for the Patriots. Pass over to Justin Dirksen, fakes the 3. Dribbles around, gets it over to Pryor once more. Inside, getting away from defender, laying it in, Jay Hauk. Able to sneak past the Yorktown defense.
And that was a really nice job there by Jay County. I believe that was Justin Dirksen who was able to draw 2 defenders and make the nice slip pass down low for a wide open layup. Both teams running good offense here early in the third quarter.
2 minutes into the third, 21-19. Yorktown in front. Preston got it rejected. The block by Dirksen. Jay County the other way. Pryor will set up the offense. Bounce pass to Clemens, right side. Carson Moore all over on defense. Pryor left wide open, tries the 3, no good. And a nice board by Riley Miller.
I think that was either Miller or Morey that got caught up on the screen there. Luckily, Jay County not able to convert, and Caleb Morey is on the other end.
4th 3 of the night for Caleb Morey. his 51st of the season.
Yeah, and he had come into this game, Rob, shooting the basketball pretty well over the last 5 games. He had been shooting 47% from beyond the three-point line, shooting the ball very well again tonight. And again, Yorktown needs him to do that offensively.
Foul down low. It's going to be called against Chase Kennedy. That'll be his second. And the Patriots will inbound from the baseline. 24-19, Yorktown in front, 5:12 to play here in the third. Inbound goes to the corner for Jay Hauk. Miller on defense, the pass inside, and Caleb Morey with the block. As it will go out of bounds off of Caleb. He gets the swat.
And that was a good baseline cut there by Nick Clemens. Yorktown, though, again, making it tough on Jay County to finish when they're in and around the rim.
Pryor, pass over to Clemens. 5 minutes to play here in the third. Pass inside to Dirksen. He got blocked by Carson Moore.
That was a beautiful job there by Carson Moore to come over from the weak side. Again, they're trying to get the ball down low and exploit Chase Kennedy for Yorktown. Carson Moore comes over from the weak side, rejects the shot away, and a beautiful defensive possession by Yorktown working together as a team.
Three-pointer for Miller. He connects. And it's 27-19 Yorktown with their largest lead of the night. Timeout, Jay County.
And again, on that offensive possession, you get into the offense quickly, you get a ball reversal, and the defender is late in getting a hand up. Riley Miller's 43% from beyond the three-point line this year, knocks that one down. And Yorktown here in this third quarter taking control of this basketball game.
Riley Miller with his first 3 of the night. He has 6 points now in the game, and it's an 8-4 start for the Tigers in the first 3.5 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, Yorktown scores, 19 points through the first 16 minutes of this game, and it takes them 3.5 minutes to score 8 points here in the third quarter. Again, a product of them running good offense here to start the second half.
Back to action after the timeout. The 8-point advantage for the Tigers. As Pryor will work it to the top of the circle. Pass over to Carville on the right wing. Now into the corner for Clemens. And the zone defense by the Tigers.
And Jay County's trying to get the ball into the high post, but Yorktown doing a good job of crowding things up in there, and Jay County not able to get it anywhere near the painted area.
Three-pointer is good. Nick Clemens from the right side. He is on the board. 27-22.
See, if you're Yorktown, I think you live with that shot. Contested three-pointer out on the right wing. Jay County, you just don't want them to get the ball down low, and Yorktown preventing Jay County from doing that. Clemens hits a tough shot, though.
3:25 to play here in the third. Moore, kick out to Preston. He'll try the three. He hits it from the corner. And the Yorktown offense coming alive here in the third.
How about Jake Preston, again, coming into tonight, 2 for 7 from beyond the three-point line on the year. Steps into that one with confidence, knocks it down. And again, Yorktown's good looks offensively are coming from inside out. They got to continue to do that.
Layup inside. Adam Dirksen with his 4th point of the quarter. Cuts it back to a 6-point lead for Yorktown. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 30-24, Tigers in front. Preston right side to Moore in the corner. Gets it back out to Miller. The original starting 5 on the floor for Yorktown. Morey tries the three, drains it. 5th 3 of the night for the 6-foot senior.
Well, if you're Jay County, there's not much you can do to defend that. A hand was all in Caleb Morey's face. No rhythm on that jump shot, but he hoists it from 25 feet and knocks it down, showing the range there, and Caleb Morey showing that he's one of the best three-point shooters in the Hoosier Heritage Conference.
4 threes in the quarter for Yorktown. As a foul going to be called against the Tiger defense. It'll be Chase Kennedy's 3rd. 33-24.
Trey Cates coming in for Chase Kennedy. I do think Kennedy's done a good job tonight. Again, hasn't scored a whole lot, hasn't had to, has just 2 points on the night, but he's done a good job of being active defensively and of giving his best effort out there, especially on the glass.
Patriots inbound with 2:08 to play here in the third.
Now it's interesting. Trey Cates comes into the game, and Yorktown switches to a man-to-man look.
Yeah, that is interesting. Both defenses have worked so far for Yorktown, whether it be the zone or the man. Inside and drawing the contact was Dirksen. We'll see if they call this on Carson or Trey. They're going to give it to Moore. It'll be just his first of the night. That'll send Justin Dirksen to the line for the first time.
And Yorktown, again, although you send him to the free throw line here, you'd much rather him shoot 2 free throws and get the easy layup. I think, again, Yorktown's done a really good job without their shot blocker, without their rim protector, Riley Neal. Yorktown's done a good job of muddying things up down low and making it tough for Jay County to get good looks around the rim.
1 of 2 is Dirksen from the free throw line. That'll make it 33-25. Tigers still in front by 8. 1:35 to play here in the third quarter. Cates works it to Moore, far side of the floor. Back around to Miller, and now Preston. And the man-to-man defense for Jay County. Miller works it inside to Preston. Tried to give it to Cates, but he was trying to cut into the basket, and it will sail out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's poor spacing there by Yorktown. I think that the idea was right from Trey Cates and from Jacob Preston, but the spacing wasn't good on that side of the floor, and that's what caused the turnover.
You didn't see it on your video screen, but when they were walking back down the court, Preston looked at Trey and said, "My bad, my bad."
Was a good idea, though, by Trey to cut back door there. The spacing just wasn't there.
1 minute to play here in the third. 33-25. Houck trying to lay it in, and he does. Nice move there by the sophomore. He has 10 on the night for the Patriots.
Yeah, Houck and Dirksen are their horses. They're going to try to get the ball down on the blocks for those guys and let them go to work.
43 seconds. Miller over to Morey. Now to Moore. 6-point lead for the Tigers. Preston left wing. Now to Moore. 30 seconds. Moore trying to go baseline. Pass back out to Preston. Picks up his dribble. Needs some help. Gets it to Moore. Now to Morey. They'll reset the offense with 17 seconds to play.
And again, you can guess what's coming here. Another high ball screen with the time running down in the third quarter.
Morey trying to work it. NBA 3, no good. And the buzzer will sound. Three-quarter shot off the glass, no good for Dirksen. But what a offensive production by Yorktown in the third quarter. Completely forget what we said at the halftime report. Yorktown putting up 4 threes, 14 points altogether in that third quarter. They lead it 33-27.
Yeah, and again, offensively, their looks came from inside out. I thought Yorktown did a better job of getting the ball into the high post, getting the ball into the low post, spreading the ball around and moving it around offensively, and you see the results. They're getting better looks at threes, and they're knocking those threes down. You know, you shouldn't be surprised that Riley Miller and Caleb Morey are knocking down threes. You don't expect Jacob Preston to knock down very many threes, but Caleb Morey and Riley Miller are both very good shooters, and when they get open looks, they're going to knock them down most of the time. And quite frankly, with Riley Neal gone, Miller and Morey have to do the majority of the scoring for Yorktown. You saw those guys on the perimeter being effective there in the third quarter, and Yorktown again in a really good position. Now you have to finish. You've played well enough to win through 3 quarters, and this is where, if you're Yorktown, again, you really show what you're made of. You're playing on back-to-back days here. It's late here in Jay County. You're up by 6 against a good team on their home floor, and Jay County's going to make Yorktown earn this win here in this fourth quarter. Yorktown's going to have to finish this game, and we'll see if they're able to do it here because, again, Jay County's not going to let this thing go easily.
We start the fourth quarter with Jay County trailing by 6. Again, it was a high offensive production in that third quarter by Yorktown, but Jay County, for the most part, was able to stick with them. Still anyone's ball game. In the corner is Clemens. They pass it out to Pryor near the top of the key. He picks up his dribble, gets it to the right side for Dirksen. And now Clemens back to Dirksen. Jay County trying to slow down that offensive production, slowing down the pace to start this fourth quarter. Lob pass inside to Hauk. In and basket in one for Justin Dirksen.
Yeah, that's a good job by Jay County there. One of the things you can do to beat a zone is overload one side of the floor. There, Jay County overloaded the right side of the floor. Jawan Tate was forced to come way over from what he should be playing in the zone all the way to the opposite right block. It was a nice baseline pass from the short corner to the cutting man, and actually no basket on that foul. They ruled it on the floor, and that's a big break for Yorktown. But a nice cut, a nice feed. But again, Jay County overloading the floor, and they're doing it again here.
They'll work their offense. Yeah, pretty surprised. I definitely thought that was a shooting foul. Referees overcorrected themselves.
It looked like he was in the process of getting that ball up toward the basket, and another uncharacteristic Jay County turnover here, and Yorktown's Jawan Tate doing a nice job of, again, making it tough on Jay County to catch the basketball.
A turnover by Adam Dirksen, could not handle the pass inside. Miller will bring it up for Yorktown. 33-27, Tigers in front, 6:40 to play here in the ball game. Cates over to Moore. Brings it out of the corner, now to Miller.
And this is an interesting dynamic. Without Caleb Morey in the game, where does Yorktown look for offense here?
Jawan Tate handles it. Gets it to Trey Cates. So maybe both coaches said, all right, that was enough in that third quarter. We're both going to slow it down here in the fourth. Cates with the jumper. Nails it from the right side.
And again, Riley Miller there getting into a gap, creating for his teammates. Trey Cates flares out there and gets a wide open look at a jump shot. Yorktown running more good offense here in this second half.
35-27. That was Trey Cates' first basket of the game. 6 different Tigers have scored now. Inside, layup rims in for Jay Hauk. He's leading the Patriots now at 12.
That was a really tough entry pass there made from the right wing to the left block. And again, they just go right over the top. Hauk using his size to finish around the basket.
Preston got fouled. Reaching a hand in there was Justin Dirksen. That should be his second.
It's only the first team foul on Jay County here in this second half. And now Caleb Morey checking back into the game for Yorktown.
.5:18 to play here in the fourth. Miller controls it. Pass over to Moore. Catch and shoot 3. Rims out. And the rebound to Jay County. Pryor will bring it up. 5 minutes to play.
Hey, good job on both counts there on the opposite end. Carson Moore came off the screen ready to shoot, but Jay County did a nice job of trailing and contesting the jumper. Carson can't get that one to go.
Carville to Pryor left wing. Miller got a hand in there and comes away with a turnover as Moore picks it up. I tell you what, Riley Miller has just been all over the place on defense.
And again, he's got those
phenomenal.
He's got those quick hands, and he uses that strength and that frame to kind of pressure the offensive players into basically handing the ball right to him, and also very good at getting into passing lanes. And Riley Miller tonight has been great on the defensive end.
Miller controls it, right side of the floor. 4:15 to play. Miller, pass to Moore. Now to Preston. Nice job by the Patriots shutting down the paint. Morey to Cates, going up strong, and he draws the foul. Jay County fans thought it was a clean block by Dirksen. Instead, the junior will pick up the foul. It's just his first. And Trey Cates will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you can see, again, Yorktown doing a good job in this second half of getting into those gaps. Once you get into the gaps, you suck the defense in, you shrink the floor a little bit, and the bounce pass from Caleb Morey to Trey Cates, you get another good look, and Cates draws the foul.
Knocks down the first one, misses the second. Jay County with the rebound. 4 minutes to play. 36-29, Tigers in front.
And again, Riley Miller, you can see, very aggressive, forcing the defender to be on it, or the offensive player to be on his P's and Q's when he catches the basketball. And an offensive foul drawn by guess who?
Riley Miller. Hauk lowered his shoulder. Riley Miller was there. As the third charge called in this game, the first against Jay County. Second foul against Hauk.
I'll tell you what, when Yorktown is in that man-to-man defense, Riley Miller does a great job of being in the shorts of the player that he is checking, and he makes it so hard on the offensive player that he is checking to catch the basketball, to move without the basketball. He's very physical, and he's very smart defensively as well. Certainly a guy that affects the game on both ends, but especially with the way he defends, Riley Miller.
3:20 to play.
And now if you're Yorktown, you're more than happy, more than content to hold this basketball, be patient offensively, try to make Jay County make a mistake, and there Jay County's forced to foul.
And Miller takes a tumble inside the paint. It'll be the fourth foul against Jay County and the third against Kyler Carville. Coach Teagle's going to take a timeout with 3:11 to play. Yorktown 36-29 in front, trying to win here in Portland, Indiana. We'll come back after the break here on DCB.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit sf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Here we go.
Robert Connett, Peter Hood, and Ryan Flannery back with you here at Jay County High School. 3:11 to play, coming out of the Jay County timeout. 36-29, Yorktown with the lead.
Again, if you're Yorktown here, be patient offensively. You can hold the basketball as long as you want. That's the beauty of high school hoops. You either force Jay County to foul, or you make them cheat into a passing lane and you get an easy layup out of it. But if I'm Yorktown, I don't take anything but a layup or a foul here.
Luckily, we're not seeing a 2-0 final score like they did down in Alabama. Again, the whole shot clock.
Yeah, I mean, it's a debate that I go back and forth on personally. I mean, sometimes I watch games like these and I think that maybe a shot clock would be beneficial, and then other times that's exactly what you didn't want if you're Yorktown. Greg Miller not happy about the call, but Riley Miller driving into the lane gets the offensive foul called on him, and now without the opportunity to score there, Yorktown turns the ball over essentially to Jay County without putting any points on the board, and still 2:26 to go. But again, that the shot clock thing is something I go back and forth on.
I do as well. I mean, personally, I go back and remember a game when I was at Norwell High School and played our rival Bluffton, and Coach Hicks had Chandler Harnish hold the ball the entire third quarter. The final score was 22-21. Jay County with the turnover. Morey got fouled. That'll be the fifth against the Patriots here in the second half.
And Yorktown's defense has been so good throughout this entire game that I'm not sure Jay County is going to be able to find ways to score here. I don't know how they're going to find ways to score in the last 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Yorktown, they're forcing another turnover. They've been doing that all night long, and you can tell Jay County frustrated right now as Yorktown's come onto their home floor and outplayed them really from start to finish.
Coach Miller calling the full timeout. 2:02 to play here in the fourth quarter. And again, Yorktown has won 2 of the last 5 matchups with Jay County. Last one coming last year at Yorktown, 39-35. Again, another low-scoring, close game.
Yeah, and again, if you're Yorktown, you've got to be pleased if you're Greg Miller with the way your team's played defensively throughout the game, but really with the way they've played offensively in the second half. They played almost mistake-free offensively in the second half, with the exception of a couple of unforced errors. They've been getting the ball inside and working it back out, and of course it helps when you have guys like Riley Miller and Caleb Morey knocking down the three-point jump shot. And for Yorktown to succeed offensively, they need those guys to be making perimeter jump shots, and they have in the second half. And you see the result on the scoreboard. Yorktown's been able to inflate that lead here in the second half.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Yorktown has scored just 3 points here in the fourth. They're holding on to that lead by 7. And again, they're just going to play keep away now.
Yeah, if you're Yorktown, you settle for nothing less than a layup or a foul. And Yorktown going to call a timeout here. Greg Miller sees what the defense is doing for Jay County, trapping aggressively, so he's going to call a timeout, make some adjustments here. And again, if you're Yorktown, one thing to keep an eye on here in this last minute 46, Rob, is, again, this is not a good free throw shooting team in Yorktown. They're going to have to make some free throws here to ice this game. And if you don't make those free throws, this is always something that's important with high school players. A lot of times guys who miss free throws can get down on themselves and kind of walk with their head back to the other end and not be ready to play the next possession. If you're Yorktown, you got to make sure that on all fronts you're finishing this game out here against Jay County.
It'll be Yorktown ball coming out of the timeout. Morey inbounds to Preston. And again, it goes back to the first half where Yorktown's offense was all about ball movement, looking for that good-looking open shot. Here in the fourth quarter, they're just moving the ball to waste time off the clock. Down to the final minute 22.
Yeah, good fundamental basketball. Making sure you're passing with 2 hands, catching with 2 hands. And making Jay County work defensively. You can see Yorktown moving the ball side to side here, and another timeout called here, and this is going to be called by Jay County, but Yorktown draws the foul, and one more, and we're finally in the bonus.
36-29. We'll take the break with them. 1:18 to play. Yorktown trying to hold on and pick up the victory on the road. We'll be back on DCV.
Do you own a business or know of a business in Delaware County that would be interested in sponsoring high school sports on DCV? Delaware County Voice is looking for businesses to sponsor Yorktown and Delta Athletics this season. Sponsorship deals start as low as $30 a week. If you know of a business that's interested, contact us on Facebook or Twitter, or find us at the game. Start your business's partnership with DCV today.
Welcome back to Jay County High School. Robert Connett, Peter Hood, and Ryan Flannery back with you here on DCV. Yorktown trying to pick up the win here at Jay County. The Patriots coming in at 14-3 on the season.
And now if you're Jay County, I don't think you have any time to try to trap or force a turnover. To me, you've got to start fouling, and fouling soon.
Miller in the corner, gets away from defenders, pass out to Morey.
Smart idea there by Riley Miller. And if I'm Jay County, I'm fouling Jawan Tate right now, and they do. That's the guy they want to foul.
And it stops the clock with exactly 60 seconds left. And Jawan Tate will go to the free throw line. He is 0 for 2 on the season.
And again, that's the guy you want to foul. When he's on the floor, if you're Jay County, every time he touches the basketball, I'm reaching to foul him and make him make free throws late here to try to ice this game.
Got it. His first free throw made of the year.
That's a big shot there.
I was going to say, it could not come at a better time. Juwan Tate becomes the 7th different Tiger to score here in the ball game, and he knocks down both free throws. Wow. Juwan Tate with 2.
That's big time. We talk about finishing the game, and a guy who hasn't made a free throw all year steps up and makes 2 big ones there for Yorktown to help in that effort.
9-point lead, under a minute to play. Dirksen gets it inside to Adam Dirksen. Could not get it to fall. Jump ball. It will belong to Yorktown.
And that's kind of the way it's gone all night long for Jay County, Rob. Even when they're able to get the ball down low, they just haven't been able to finish around the basket. A lot of that due to Yorktown crowding down low when Jay County gets it down there, but there, a wide-open layup missed right in front of the rim, and that's kind of the way Jay County's night has gone all evening.
Preston to inbound. Full court press by Jay County. They get it to Morey. Back to Preston. Now Miller.
That's good press offense there by Yorktown. Really good.
Morey to Preston. They will quickly foul. It's interesting to see Jay County. They'll back off of Caleb Morey, but they will foul anybody else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you wanna send some of the poorer free throw shooters to the line if you can, although at this point I'm not sure if it matters for Jay County. I think this one has been over for a couple of minutes now. They've just been so ineffective offensively tonight. But, yeah, no doubt about it. They don't want to send Caleb Morey to the line if they can help it.
What's really interesting is Caleb Morey coming in, 78% free throw shooter. They fouled Jake Preston.
78% free throw shooter. Absolutely.
So it'll be a 1-1 for Jake. Trying to put Yorktown up by 10. And he does. First free throw of the night for Preston. It's a 10-point lead for the Tigers, and they're 38 seconds away from the victory.
You see the contributions throughout here. 7 guys have scored tonight for Yorktown. The only guy that played that didn't score tonight was Ben Conti, and we talked about having balance offensively. Yorktown had that this evening.
Turnover as Carville lost the handle of it, picked up by Miller. Morey. Yeah, they're not going to foul Caleb. They get it over to Juwan Tate. They'll swarm him.
I don't think they should foul anybody. This game is over, and Jay County frustrated. They're going to foul anyway, but a big win for Yorktown tonight coming off of last night's loss to Pendleton Heights. You're without Riley Neal on the road in a back-to-back situation against a pretty good team, and they came in here tonight and really took it to Jay County from the start.
That third quarter really helped them out as the Tigers had 14 points in the third quarter alone. Juwan Tate knocks down another free throw. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about it. Contributions coming from everywhere. Juwan Tate, a guy who came into tonight averaging half a point a game, already has 3, and if he knocks this one down, and he does, it's 4.
Carter Bibbs will check in for Caleb Morey. He'll get a round of applause from the Yorktown crowd that made the trip up here. Riley Miller will be replaced by Blaine Harvey. 42-29, 14 seconds left. Pryor will bring it up for the Patriots, working on Juwan Tate. Pass over to Dirksen. Three-pointer no good. Rebound to Harvey. And that will be your ball game. Big win on the road for Yorktown as they defeat Jay County 42-29. And the Tigers pick up their 13th victory of the year and hand Jay County just their 4th loss.
Yeah, a heck of a win tonight for Yorktown, like I mentioned. You know, coming off the loss to Pendleton Heights, Yorktown easily could have come in here with their heads hung, not ready to play, but Greg Miller, the great coach that he is, had his team ready to play tonight, and you can see him handing out high fives to his players. He's very pleased with their effort, and as well he should be, especially in the second half. Yorktown was phenomenal, both defensively and offensively, and certainly earned a heck of a win tonight against a very good team in Jay County. And and this is a win that Yorktown should be proud of. And hopefully, again, we talked about them trying to be playing their best basketball come postseason time. They get a big win tonight to build some momentum. They got 4 games left that are all very winnable, and hopefully if you're Yorktown, you'll be able to build off this and be playing your best sectionals, or be playing your best basketball heading into sectionals 3 weeks from now.
We're going to take a break. Your post-game show is going to come up next as Yorktown winners at Jay County. 42-29 the final score. Post-game show coming up next here on DCV.
TW Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at their new location at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North, just north of Bluffton. And it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Celebrate this Valentine's Day on Saturday, February 14th with a Valentine's Day special, and enjoy 50s and 60s music with the Junkyard Band starting at 8 p.m. at Club 250. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. The new location for TW Fable, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Club. Everyone is welcome at TW Fable.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college, but all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball in their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up, lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The Tigers have won! In sectional 80-68, the Tigers knock off the number 3 ranked Bishop Loers.
For over 5 years, the Voice Sports Network has brought you coverage of high school sports in Northeast and East Central Indiana.
Arias breaks a tackle, gets to the outside. Boom, big block by Travis Crow, touchdown. Arias Vasquez, wow.
Since the start in 2009, the Voice Sports Network has expanded to 6 different websites in Wells County, Adams County, Allen County, Delaware County, DeKalb County, and Blackford County, bringing you broadcast of football, volleyball, boys and girls basketball, baseball, and softball for 17 different high schools.
Back by Gillis as a sophomore, and Yorktown has it. Kastner will give it a go. Boom! Marley Kastner.
Thanks to the fans and sponsors for the continued support of the Voice Sports Network.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Interact with Delaware County Voice through social media. Like us on Facebook, simply search Delaware County Voice. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Delaware Co-Voice. We'll let you know of any breaking news from the schools in the county, when our next broadcasts are, and post updates during the games. DelawareCountyVoice.com on Facebook and Twitter.
The town of Yorktown is blessed with a little library with a big heart, offering the latest bestsellers, new release movies, books on CD, magazines along with computer classes, book clubs for adults and young adults, reading programs, story time, and much, much, much more. Take a moment to see the wonders within the walls of the Yorktown Library, 8920 Adeline Street in Yorktown, or visit online at yorktownlib.org.
Franklin American Mortgage proudly supports Yorktown basketball on DCV. Franklin American Mortgage is the 15th largest mortgage lender in the United States and can take care of your purchase and refinancing needs. For all your mortgage needs, call Mark Harvey at 317-670-4054 or visit his website at www.markharveymortgage.com. Mark will do free mortgage analysis and free pre-approvals. He's available weekends and nights. Just call him or visit his website. Mark Harvey of Franklin American Mortgage, proud sponsor on DCV.
Last season, we asked you, DCV Nation, to help us reach 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Are you following Delaware County Voice on Twitter?
And you came through in the clutch. Now, with that goal reached, we return with a new task. DCV Nation, we ask you to help us reach 2,000 followers. Rise to your feet. Go to your laptops and smartphones. Get on your Twitters and follow at Delaware Co Voice. You have the talent. You have the skill. Now, have the desire. Follow us at Delaware Co Voice.
Post-game show on DCV brought to you by the Yorktown Public Library. Be sure to visit them at 8920 West Adeline Street or contact them at 759-9723. And don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. That's the Yorktown Public Library, primary sponsor of Yorktown Athletics here on DCV. Yorktown with a huge win on the road here against Jay County, 42-29. The final score. We're now joined by Jawan Tate here in the post-game show. Jawan, congratulations on the win. Huge win here against the Patriots for you guys.
Oh, yes. Tough place to play here at Jay County. We had a tough game yesterday. Quick turnaround. Just had to keep our minds right and stay focused.
Absolutely, and you talk about that tough loss at Pendleton Heights. What was the message that Coach Miller told you guys after that loss at Pendleton Heights last night, and how you guys had to quickly rebound and get ready for tonight's game here at Jay County?
The coach just told us don't hang our heads. I mean, Pendleton, that's a really good team, but you win some, you lose some. You got to turn our heads around and get ready for the next game.
Jawan, it seems like when you're out on the floor, you take a lot of pride in your defense.
I do.
I mean, and you were everywhere tonight defensively. Talk about without Riley out on the floor, it seemed like Jay County was trying to go inside on you guys, but you guys did a good job of walling up down there and making it tough on them to finish inside.
Yeah, without Riley, it's hard to defend the goal, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta do. Everybody has to step up. So they want to go to their big man. We ran his zone. We did good things to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
We got the win today.
Defense stepped up. The offense stepped up, especially in that third quarter with your teammates Caleb Morey. Riley Miller got a 3 in there as well. Jake Preston got a 3 in there as well. But for you personally, in that fourth quarter, coming into tonight, not able to make a free throw on the season, and you hit not one, not two, 4 of them. clutch in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
How'd that feel for you?
Felt good. I know I was 0 for 2 in a year. I knew I was in the game. I knew they was going to foul me to see if I could make one. You just got to shoot every one like it's your first one, like you haven't missed any. And luckily, I made 4.
And we've seen throughout the season how Coach will bring you from the bench, more than likely to replace Caleb Morey, one of those guards, the quick ones around the perimeter. But, I mean, Peter kind of mentioned about how you take pride in your defense. It's just fun for us to see up here and throughout the season. I mean, you come off the bench with just a ball of energy. I see you going around making defense, clapping your hands right in your defender's face. I mean, what does it mean to you to get all this playing time here in varsity the 2014-2015 season?
I mean, it's my first year, so I knew I had to do something. I mean, I just try to work hard every time, every day. We all have roles on our team. One of mine is defense, and that's what I try to do, bring energy off the bench for my team.
Juwan, last night Caleb had 20 of your 29 points. I'm sure that Coach Miller wants you guys to be more balanced than that, and tonight you guys were. You had 7 different guys score. Can you just talk a little bit about offensively the way you guys shared the basketball tonight? And it seemed like in that second half you guys were working inside out really well, and obviously it helps when Caleb and Riley knock down those jump shots.
I mean, yeah, last night, like I said, it was a tough game.
Yeah.
Nobody was really happy. We wanted to come out and we wanted to put on a better performance than we did yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like with the win tonight, I mean, you look at your schedule, you've got Westdale, Shenandoah, Wap, and Mount Vernon, certainly 4 winnable games. And Mount Vernon at the end of that line won't be easy, but do you feel like heading with this win over a 14-3 team coming into tonight, you guys be able to get some momentum going here, and I'm sure you'd like to be playing your best basketball come sectional time?
Oh, yes, for sure. I feel like we've gotten better over the season.
Mm-hmm.
We had a rough start, but I feel like we're getting better, and we're just ready for sectionals. Getting better day by day.
Absolutely.
You end a 3-game road trip, and we kind of talked before we went back on air about how this is such a tough place to play here at Jay County, and for the first time, I believe, in this entire series, you guys have won back-to-back 2 years in a row now against Jay County. But to sum up this game here tonight, just talk to us a little bit about, being able to win here against a tough team that coming in had just 3 losses, just now 4 losses on the year.
It's a really good team here at Jay County. They control the tempo when they're at home. They play really good defense. I mean, it's hard to get buckets out here, but I feel like our team, we came together, kept our heads up after yesterday, and we played a really good game.
And now you have the momentum with the win. You get Riley Neal back next week. And like Peter mentioned, you guys return back home next week against Westdale. Is there anything personally that you're working on for that game against the Warriors next week?
I'm just trying to do what I can to help my team. If they need me to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I know Riley's watching us tonight down in Dallas. You got anything you want to say to your teammate?
Riley, you threw an interception, and I saw it. Come on, man. Good job there.
2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
1 interception.
for
Riley. You'll take that ratio.
Jawan Tate joining us here in the postgame show. Thanks.
Thank
hey, man, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Jawan Tate here with us on DCV with the postgame interview. That's a good kid. That is a good kid and a good interview. And, again, we talk about how it's just fun to see players like him come from the bench, replace a star like Caleb Morey when he needs a breather, and just able to explode with energy.
Yeah.
And Jawan Tate's just one of those good players, like you mentioned. It's his first time playing varsity, and he's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, it was a total team effort tonight, and that certainly does not exclude Jawan Tate. Like I said, he came in the game and was excellent defensively. His presence was felt on that end. Yorktown as a unit was really good defensively the entire game, but Jawan certainly came in, and you noticed him out on the floor, like you said, being vibrant out there, clapping his hands, being loud, talking to his teammates. That's such an important thing, is communicating defensively. He does that very well. He's a good athlete. That certainly helps, and to be able to knock down 4 free throws in the final minute of the game was also huge. And just another guy who stepped up tonight in the absence of Riley Neal and played well. And Yorktown needed a collective effort, and they got that tonight.
And we talk about the free throw percentage coming in for Yorktown as a team, just 67% on the season. But tonight I have them down for 11 of 15 a very good performance from the free throw line.
Absolutely.
For Yorktown here tonight.
And that's a big part of any game, is being able to, when you get the opportunity to get those free looks at the basket from the charity stripe, you got to be able to put those in. And to shoot 67% on the year is certainly not something that I'm sure Coach Miller wants or is proud of, but they shot it well tonight, and you hope that they're going to continue to shoot them well down the stretch of the season.
Before we sign off here tonight, we'll go through the scoring. Caleb Morey once again leading all scorers. He finished with 17 points, 15 of them coming from beyond the arc. He also had 2 free throws. Jake Preston finishing with 7 points tonight. That's above his average. Riley Miller finished with 6. He had 1 3-pointer, a 2-point field goal, and 1 free throw made. You also had Carson Moore, who had 3 points tonight. Trey Cates had 3 points tonight. We mentioned Jawan Tate with those 4 free throws, and then Chase Kennedy had 2. Again, 7 different Tigers scoring here tonight. And you have Caleb Morey supporting most of the offense, but again, we talk about how it was a very well-rounded performance by Yorktown, exactly what they needed after last night's loss to Pendleton Heights. But a nice job by Yorktown's offense. Nice job by their defense, though. Jawan was talking about how the defense, and that's one of his roles personally, but Yorktown outscored Jay County in the fourth quarter 9-2.
Yeah.
Jay County had just 2 points in that fourth quarter.
And the entirety of the second half, I thought the first half Yorktown was good defensively. I thought in the second half they turned it up a little bit in the way they performed defensively. I mean, they were absolutely superb. You know, like you heard Juwan talk about when we were interviewing him there. Yorktown just did a great job of collapsing down in the lane whenever Jay County would get the ball down there, and quite frankly, it doesn't seem like this Jay County team has a whole lot of threats out on the perimeter. I haven't seen them play a whole lot this year, but it seems like they're a little limited in what they can do offensively, and Yorktown did a good job of being prepared for that and taking advantage of it.
Absolutely. Jay County, they were led by Jay Hauk. He finished 12 points. Adam Dirksen had 8 points. Justin Dirksen with 4, Nick Clemens 3, and Zach Pryor held to just 2 points here tonight. 42-29, the final score. Yorktown basketball with a great night here at Jay County. The Yorktown wrestling team had a good day here at Jay County. They were regional champions, and they have 12 wrestlers.
When is it
headed to semi-state?
When is it not a good day for Yorktown wrestling? It seems like those guys they just don't lose.
That's very true. So congratulations going out to Yorktown Wrestling. 12 individuals headed to semi-state next week. So all in all, it was just a good day for Yorktown athletics. So we also had swimming, sectionals or regionals as well. All in all, a great day for Yorktown athletics. The boys basketball team getting the win here tonight. 42-29, the final score, and the Tigers are now 13-5 on the year. Jay County drops to 14-4, and like we mentioned, the next game for these Yorktown Tigers will be next week, home against Westell. I believe that is a Wednesday night, and we will have that for you right here on DelawareCountyVoice.com. So that's it for boys
Thursday night.
Thursday night, that's right. Thank you. Thursday night is the next one for Yorktown boys, home against Westell. Tuesday night we will have girls sectionals from Blackford High School. Delta will take on Muncie Central on Tuesday. The winner will take on the Lady Tigers of Yorktown next Friday night in the sectional semifinals. Both of those games will also be here on DCV.
Big week coming up, and certainly want to wish good luck to Joy Matthews and the girls team. Got a big week of sectionals coming up here, and we'll see how they fare out at Blackford High School this week.
Absolutely. So we're going to sign off here from Jay County. Big shout out to Ryan Flannery, our cameraman here tonight, doing a good job with us here on DCV. For Peter Hood, I'm Robert Connett signing off here from Jay County. Yorktown boys basketball now 13-5 on the year. They win 42-29 over Jay County. For everyone involved with the Voice Sports Network, I'm Robert Connett. Good night.